Hello my friends, how are you today? If you are liking my videos, thank you for commenting. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a like if you want. And also comment, because I try and reply. So today it's lunchtime. I am doing a meal prep day. So I made some baked sweet potato, and on it is a dill cream. I guess I used Earth Island vegan sour cream and some fresh dill, and also the dill package. I'm trying to remember what the name of the brand is, but it's organic dill dip. And then some trail mix on top. Cucumber, carrots, orange, red, and yellow pepper, snap peas, roasted garlic hummus, and a piece of Honeycrisp apple. So, how are you guys today? Hope you can see my hat. Stand up against transphobia. So, I have been so busy, guys. I've been so busy, my friends. I had so many people wanting cookies. So, the last 2 days, I have just been baking, prepping, cooking, and I'm kind of glad that we're finished our family Christmas, because there's no room in our fridge. It's completely full of like cookie doughs. Somebody asked me to share my story of how and when I became vegan. So I can share that. I honestly don't even think about how long I've been vegan, because it's kind of just second nature. And I was vegetarian for many years before that. And as far as the vegan lifestyle goes, I am hardcore vegan. I'm very conscious of what I buy, other than just my food. I don't have the light on today, so I hope it's bright enough. And I actually have a Compassion & Co. shirt on. Anything you can eat, I can eat vegan. With a lot of yummy food on it. Honestly, folks, if you eat a meal, say, let's give an example of the least vegan meal you can think of. So, steak, easily made vegan by using seitan. If you can eat meat substitutes, I can't, because seitan is wheat. So, I would make mine using either gluten-free oatmeal, sweet potato, beets, a bunch of spices, scalloped potatoes, easily made vegan, just use milk substitutes, and then veggies. Salad dressing is easy to make vegan. Hummus is vegan, or at least the ones we buy is, or are. So I grew up in a non-vegan home. Probably one of the most non-vegan homes you can be in. My parents are from down east in Canada. My dad's from Cape Breton Island. My mom is from New Brunswick. So we grew up meat, fish, and potatoes. Honestly, as a child, I don't remember eating a salad at the table, which I find so odd now, because we eat a lot of salad. So, my transition happened over many years. When I was about 11 or 12, like grade 4-ish, maybe, I saw a documentary in school about how veal is made. I was absolutely horrified. I remember Kleenex again. Let's hope I don't have to blow my nose. But my nose always runs. I think because I'm talking. Water today, guys. I did it again. I'm sorry. Water today, my friends. Charlie, no barking. So, it was normal for us to have some kind of meat, a starch, be it potatoes, rice, or pasta. I grew up eating eggs. I grew up eating meat. And I mean, honestly, my mom grew up raising animals. It was a part of her life because their home was, they had a farm basically on the outside and a humongous garden that my papa took care of. My mom was always in the kitchen cooking and baking. Family of 16 kids. You heard that right. Big families are normal down east. So, you had to figure out a way to feed your family cheap. So you raised the animals, and you killed them when it was time to eat. Or when they were spent. So, I grew up, that was my normal. We would go fishing, and we would eat our catch the same day usually. But when I saw the video on the veal, which is baby cows in crates, I immediately came home in tears and told my parents that I didn't want to eat veal anymore. My dad asked what happened. I told him about the video, the movie, and they were supportive, which is big, because they didn't understand it at all, but they completely supported me. Then as time went on, I just started to not want to eat meat. So, I slowly eliminated it. Milk always hurt my stomach. I really feel like we're not meant to digest any animal products at all. So, I don't know how old I was when I eliminated dairy from my life. Completely. But, again, it slowly happened. And when I first decided that I was going to go vegan, that was also a slow transition. because it was plant-based at that time. When I first started, I had things that I had bought that weren't vegan from years and years ago. Shoes, jackets, mittens, shampoo, hand soap, dish soap, all kinds of things, obviously, because when you're not thinking about what you're purchasing, it doesn't even come to your mind when you're pulling stuff off of a shelf and throwing it into your cart. Now that I'm an ethical vegan, as much as I can be, I am consciously aware of every single thing that I buy. So, it's a journey, just as life always is, whether you're vegan or not. And I think that it's your job as a human to try and leave this earth in a better way than you came to it. Not everybody might think that way, but I do. So, I mean, for instance, if you have enough to feed your family and you have extras, then you feed other people. We were brought up that way. Our home always had open policy for our neighbors, for our friends, for our family, obviously. Where if you are home and you don't have food to eat, you call us. My mom and dad taught us that if you have enough, then you have enough to share. And if you don't think that you have enough to share, then you give half of yours. That's how I was brought up. So that's how I brought Axel up. And I think that's always the way it's going to be. So I'm part of a huge group in the Facebook community called Feeding the GTA. It's amazing. So basically, there's givers, receivers, and some people are both. Where if you make food and you have extra that you don't think you're going to eat, or if you're at an event and there's food left, you post it on this group and you offer it to somebody for free. Honestly, food insecurity is a huge thing. The group itself is not vegan. Everything I offer obviously is vegan. I'm gluten-free. It's sad that it's needed, but I'm so grateful that it does exist. There's also another one called East Toronto Food Share. I'm also part of that. But I'm not a mod on that one, or an admin. Just a member. And it's basically the same. If you have extra food, just offer it. Food waste is gross. There's no need for it. So many people go hungry and can't have food because they can't afford it. Sometimes you have to make a choice between paying a bill or having food. And, you know, unfortunately, for some people, there isn't even that choice. They just don't have enough. Now, within our city, Toronto, somebody also asked me where I live. So I live in the beaches area of Toronto. Been here my whole life. I live in my childhood apartment. I love it. So we are very, very blessed that we have so many meal programs that people can go to that are free. I'm also a part of something called the Burrito Project Toronto. Just a volunteer. Where we get together once a month. And we make burritos. They have rice, peppers, black beans, vegan cheese shreds, and then a burrito. Tortilla shell, sorry. It's been around for a long time. The main one is based somewhere in the States. I want to say LA, but I'm not 100% certain on that. And I'm not always able to go because sometimes I have family commitment. But it's a really great group of people that get together. It's a lot of fun. Sorry. So, there are different ways that you can give back that cost you nothing. Like volunteering for the Burrito Project doesn't cost me anything. Excuse me, and yet it helps out so many folks. To bake the sweet potato, you just chop it in half, flip it upside down on a parchment paper lined cookie sheet. This was not a good idea for baked potato. See the sacrifice I make for you guys? Why am I doing that today for you folks? So my hat is a reminder of why I need to break that habit. Transphobia, guys. See? I just did that now. Transphobia, my friends. It is huge in our lives. So, I need to really correct myself every time I do it. And if I hear somebody else do it. Because to you, it might not be a big deal. Because you may identify as the clinical term of male or female. But there are many, many folks who don't. They may be transgender, they may be non-binary, and they may go by a different pronoun. I'm so thankful that we are growing up in a society where the children now are learning that there is more than, you know, the cookie cutter mom and dad family with 2.5 kids. Now there's same-sex parents. There's just, it's just beautiful when you think about the fact that we have overcome so much as a society, in most cases anyway, to be open arm, welcoming to anybody who is different than the norm. I mean, I myself identify as, so for years, I identified as straight, but bi-curious. Then I identified as lesbian, and I was dating a woman for 4 years. Then I thought maybe I was bi again. And then I decided that I hated labels, because who cares who you love? It's just love. And the heart knows what the heart wants. And loving somebody just for them, no matter what gender they are or what label society has put on them, is huge. It opens you up to so much more. And, you know, I have become such a different person since accepting myself for just being me. And it's amazing. It changes everything about you. It makes you more loving. It makes you more caring. And I think that you then send that out to the world and people can sense it. And hopefully you attract the same back to you. So that you are just loved for who you are and accepted for who you are, no matter what the case may be. We have taken it upon ourselves to welcome others into our home who are in a situation where their home is not loving or caring because they are different. So we've become Mama and Papa Bear to quite a few folks. And hopefully there comes a time where we don't have to be that, where they can just come to our home because they need to visit or want to visit, actually, not even need to visit. And they can share stories of how loving their family is and how accepted they are when they came out. And, you know, when I came out, I'm 47. I came out to my parents when I was 33. And I told my parents about my girlfriend at the time. My dad was, "Are you happy?" "Yep." "Okay, fine." And I must say that I was raised in a very, very strict Roman Catholic home where anything aside from man and woman was not accepted. So that was quite shocking that my dad was so accepting. My mom was not accepting, which was very odd to me because my mom was always my best friend. She just didn't understand, and she knew that my past relationship with a man was very awful and thought that maybe it was because of that. So I reassured her that it wasn't. And it took her maybe 3 or 4 days to wrap her mind around it. And then she called me, and they didn't live at home. Like, they didn't live with me. She called me to apologize and fully accepted it. And I cried and cried and cried. And I was so excited. And my girlfriend at the time ended up becoming really good friends with my parents, and still to this day is friends with my dad. And she was there when my mom passed away. She's one of my best friends. So we were together for 4 years, and then we just decided that we weren't meant to be together. We're still good friends, but we're good people, we're just not good together. So when I met Kevin, I didn't know how I felt about the fact that it was a gentleman that I was getting attracted to. And it was weird. It was very odd to me. He's probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life. And the fact that he was genuine, a gentleman, as I said, and he genuinely cares for people. He's so pure of heart. He's very naive at times, but I think I am too. He's just a good person. 10 years later, I still feel the same way. So that's saying something. So that was a lot more than just sharing a little bit of stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying my little story times. I love sharing. I always have. We used to have a channel, like I said. So I think we're going to archive that one and just do this one for now. Maybe when Axel gets back from England, he'll join me in mukbangs. I have no idea. But we're definitely going to do cookbangs, if that's what they're called, where we just cook. We have a shared rented kitchen. So Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen will be doing videos of showing how we cook everything. I love sharing cooking. We used to teach, and it's a lot of fun. So that's about it. As for today, I am off to bring a family some Christmas food. So I hope you guys have a lovely day. Tell me if you're doing anything for Christmas, and share your coming out story if you have one down below. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Keep smiling.